Notice is hereby given that a regular meeting will be held at 6:30 p.m. on the 21st day of May 2026 at City Hall located at 101 South Washington in Walnut Grove, Missouri. The tentative agenda for this meeting includes, I will call this meeting to order. Will you please stand? Joe, would you pray for us, please?
Heavenly Father, we ask for your blessing and your guidance as we seek to improve ourselves and our community. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Alderman Strong.
Here.
Alderman Schofield.
Here.
Alderman Eiler.
Here.
Mayor Kruger, we have a quorum.
Approval of agenda.
I make a motion that we approve the agenda as received.
And I second that motion.
Roll call.
Alderman Eiler.
Yes.
Alderman Strong.
Yes.
Alderman Schofield.
Yes.
Approval of previous minutes.
Motion to approve. Second.
Roll call.
Alderman Strong.
Yes.
Alderman Schofield.
Yes.
Alderman Eiler.
Yes.
All right. Nomination of Amanda Smith for Alderman. This will be for the South, or for the North Ward Alderman for the next 11 months, correct?
Until the next general election,
General
correct.
election. So, you make motions.
I'll make the motion. Nominator.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Alderman Schofield.
I'm gonna abstain.
Alderman Strong.
Yes.
Alderman Eiler.
Yes.
Yes, and I could pass.
Yes, it passed 2/3.
2/3 of the body that's here.
Yep, 2/3 of the body is here.
You're right, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. So Amanda, will you come forward to be sworn in?
And raise your right hand, repeat after me. Yeah.
Good.
I, and state your name,
I, Amanda Smith,
do hereby affirm
do hereby affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Missouri,
and of the state of Missouri,
the provisions of all laws
the provisions of all laws
of the state
of the state
affecting cities of this class,
affecting cities of this class,
and the ordinances of the city,
and the ordinances of the city,
and faithfully demean myself
and faithfully demean myself
while in office.
while in office.
I will execute the duties of alderman
I will execute the duties of alderman
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
And let's go ahead and get it signed. You can sign either yours or mine.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that is your seat right over there. Great. Welcome, welcome to the room.
Thank you.
We give you a bottle of water.
Thank you.
All right. Financial report.
Alrighty. You have in your packets on the first page is a statement of accounts as a couple of days ago. And going through the next voluminous amount of pages are the statement reconciliations. After that, the income and expense by class labeled as profit and loss by class. And then at your stations, you have the summary of vendor payments. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Did we, when we talked about that CD a few months ago, did we get that transferred over to a new CD?
We opened up the CD that we had two 30-some thousand CDs. We opened one up so that way we could swing back and forth, and we got one placed back as a $25,000 CD.
For how much was the interest on it? For like 11 months or something?
I think it was a 7. I'll
7
have to
months.
check and make sure. And that should have been at around 4%, 4.1, rather than the 1.95 we were on.
Yeah.
I have just one quick question here.
Yes.
On page 5 and page 6, you've got QuickBooks and payroll.
Yes.
Why does it show up twice? I don't understand these.
Employees are paid every 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And so
this
each of.
is not to the software company.
No, this is
Oh,
for the
okay.
software company to process our payroll payments.
Okay. I just thought you was buying QuickBooks, and I thought, man, why did you pay for it twice?
It's really jumped up the last few
Yeah.
years. No.
No, all right, no problem.
Yeah.
Like I say, I got a lot to learn.
But those amounts do reflect what we pay out for employees
Yeah, well, that
in
makes
wage
sense.
every 2 weeks. So
All
by
right.
26, you can kind of get a good
Yeah.
picture of a yearly.
I move that we, sorry,
That's
I'm
fine.
brain dead.
No, you're fine.
I move that we accept the financial report as stated.
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Alderman Smith,
Yes.
Alderman Eiler,
Yes.
Alderman Strong,
Yes.
Alderman Schofield.
Yes.
Reports and communications. City clerk.
All right, at your stations, you have my report, and I have my report somewhere. And there are some similarities to work last month because there are balls still in progress. Working on the Missouri Rural Water Association rate study. Still working on the work comp audit paperwork. The city audit field work went very well. They are planning a June presentation of the audit for last year. We'll be working on a 5-year projects plan. Mayor's going to be working with city staff and aldermen on that. You guys, heard about that. And so we're looking for city staff, including department heads, to meet up with mayor on June 10th. And then I assume after that, mayor will want to hold a work study session with the aldermen. We had a fence and property boundaries dispute over on the 300 block of South Walnut. I think that got fixed up. Worked with Joe this last week to finalize police grant reporting. Don't let me forget before I leave here to look up to see if that 247. The packets went mostly digital, and I am working on finding us some tablets to use along with Mayor. Working on annual health insurance. We're going to be seeking out some bids. Met with Owen, that's our city engineer, on the sidewalks. They say we are on track for a late summer or early fall sidewalk Dollar General at long last. Working on streamlining the Verizon bill and replacing jetpacks for the cop cars. The jetpacks are the data use modules, not actual jetpacks as I had hoped.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Planning and zoning did not have a quorum, but it was a good visit with the chair on some code enforcement topics that she had. It's been good visits with the mayor so far. Been giving him some information, and everything seems to be dovetailing right in. And the rest of my work is pretty well reflected in the packet for the evening. If you have any questions, please do let me know.
Court.
Court was held May 14th at 6 o'clock. 16 on the docket. 2 defendants paid off remaining fines and costs prior to court or used plead and pay to take care of their tickets. 9 defendants appeared in person, so 11 out of 16. That's a pretty good service rate. Summons and warrants issued for those who failed to appear. Next court date is June 11th at 6 p.m. And please let Alina know if you have any questions or need any additional information. And she says hello.
Police department.
All right, calls for service for April: 4 disturbances, 3 check welfare, 3 check persons, 19 traffic stops, 5 animal calls, 1 special assignment, 4 domestic disturbances, 2 domestic assaults, 1 domestic assault with a weapon, 4 arrests, 1 missing person juvenile, 3 juvenile situations, 1 miscellaneous, 2 administrative, 1 forgery, 10 ordinance violations, 6 follow-ups, 1 vehicle unlock request, 1 traffic moving violation, 1 non-moving traffic violation, 2 moving traffic violations, 3 civil calls, 1 legal burning, 1 traffic control, 1 child abuse investigation, 1 medical, 1 trespass, 1 weather event. And we backed up Greene County on a call, Ash Grove PD on 3, Willard PD on 1, Division of Family Services on 1, and Walnut Grove Fire on 1. And for the report, I attended the Missouri Police Chiefs Conference at Lake of the Ozarks. There were some good speakers, vendors, and lots of networking with local and statewide police chiefs. And this was the first one that I have attended since I've been here. We held our 2nd annual Community Safety Fair. Big thank you to Officer Bennett for scheduling and coordinating with the attending agencies, and a big thank you to all that attended the event. Officer Bennett completed his recertification for Department Firearms Instructor at Black Rain Ordnance. This was a week-long recertification. Officer Bennett and I attended Storm Spotter training held at Ash Grove, along with members of the Walnut Grove Fire Department. The training was free and put on by the Office of Emergency Management and taught by a local meteorologist. And Walnut Grove Fire, Public Works, and the mayor were all monitoring the severe storm that generated a tornado. Fortunately, there was no damage observed inside the city. I'd like to express my thanks to everyone that was involved. The sirens functioned correctly, and several citizens sought shelter in the storm safe room at the school. The 2016 Ford Explorer suffered hail damage from the large hailstorm that came through. We did have to replace the windshield of the vehicle. The rest of the damage appears to be cosmetic. We've had several court appearances in Greene County Court this year. It's been average 2 or 3 appearances per month for new and pending cases. I've been working on the landscaping project in front of the PD in my spare time. The construction portion is about 1/3 of the way completed. I'm making progress, it's just very slow progress. And a big thank you to Officer McClure. He's been assisting me with addressing the nuisance violations throughout the city. He's also created a user-friendly spreadsheet to assist with tracking and compliance. And that's all I got.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Public Works, that should be in your packet.
No Glenn?
No Bryn tonight. But he submitted that in your packet. You want me to read that out loud for you? So you don't
No.
have to, the whole thing?
We can read.
Does anybody out there want to know what Public Works did this month? Because I can read it real quick.
I can give it to you in a nutshell.
They did their daily checks,
Yep.
did the computer reads, they camera and jetted a sewer line, sprayed the 4-way, they checked some lift stations and wells at the sewer plant, they mowed, they did go to Springfield to visit with Wind Water about our meters and the new software that's coming down the line, which we've talked about. Bryn and I talked through some of that, and I'll fill you guys in a little bit on that. And so they did that with that. Dealt with the property line dispute with Eric. They put flags up around town for Memorial Day, which I'm sure you've seen. They ripped out and fixed some steps on the big stage at the park. We noticed those were a little rickety at the first farmer's market, so they went and took care of that for us. And they did the computer reads, they mowed properties, and so yeah. Planning and zoning. Shay is not here. Aldermen. David.
I don't have anything new.
Okay. Becky.
I have nothing to.
Okay. Christie.
No, not yet.
Amanda.
Nope.
Man. It easy. So.
Give us a couple months.
Okay, that's fine. So, I will say David and I went to the municipal government, the thing that Municipal Law put on last Friday. Got a lot of good stuff from that, and just how we need to do things or how things need to be done. So if you notice in our agenda, instead of it saying ordinance, it now says bill. They advised us that it's not an ordinance until it's passed, so it needs to be a bill on our agenda. And so that was one of the things. They talked a lot about First Amendment rights and sunshine law and Facebook stuff and all of those things. And as far as comment sections and all that. They talked a lot about that. They did comment that as a citizen, if you have a Facebook page, a Snapchat page, a TikTok, whatever else is out there, all those things, X, I don't know, whatever else, you can have out there. Make sure you label it as your personal account, because that is very important. And it also, they also recommended that you put a disclaimer at the very top of pin it to the top of your Facebook pages or whatever pages, that state opinions expressed here are my own and do not reflect the official position of the city. This page is not monitored for official business or service requests. And so they said, I'll share that with you guys later on that, so you guys have that. They said if you do share something about city business or what's going on in the city, share it from the city's Facebook page or from their YouTube account or whatever else that we have, because in that way you share that and people can comment, but since it's on your personal page, you can also interact with that and everything. So that was one of the things that they talked about a lot about. They talked about, just kind of how you pass different things and do different things. They hit big on nepotism, especially for small towns, and kind of what that looks like. And so at your stations, you should have gotten one of these that just kind of shows what nepotism is and how far down it goes. Like goes down to your cousin. So we have to be very careful when we appoint people to planning and zoning or things like that. If you are personally related to them down to your first cousin, then you have to abstain yourself from that vote and make sure. So you shouldn't have that problem.
I got nothing to worry
Yeah, I don't either, really, so, but yeah, so, and one of the things that they said is a violation of it is automatic forfeiture of your office. So it's not even a question, you just automatically forfeit it. You can't go back and reclaim it. You can be like, oh, we undid it, I reneged my vote, the forfeiture lasts the entire term. You can then run again the next time, but it lasts your entire term. So they hit big on that and everything with that. Met with all the staff members, and so that's been good, getting to talk with them and just, finding out what all they do and how they do it and different things like that. The city staff does a great job. They get things done and take care of things, and I appreciate that. Met with Bill Owen, who is our state representative in Jeff City for our area. Met with him about our sidewalks and the importance of getting movement on that from MoDOT. We talked about some DNR stuff, some grant stuff for wastewater treatment, for some different things, and so I really appreciate getting to sit down and talk with him and see where maybe the state could help us out in some grants and some different things. We talked about the police cars and all those different things, and so that was a great opportunity for me to be able to sit down with him and him be able to go back to Jeff City before they got out of session to start greasing some wheels for us and working through some stuff. So I've gotten some information I forwarded on to Eric with that. Eric mentioned we'll be, here in the near future, we're gonna be working through a working meeting, which is open to the public to come and sit and watch us do what we do, because it will be a meeting. And so, we'll be talking more about that, and everything. So, lots of stuff going on, but that's what I've got. So, previous business, agenda request, Jim Cole, discussion of fireworks.
I'm here to talk about the fireworks tonight. I'm glad we have a new business coming selling fireworks. Now, I don't care if they sell them 365 days a year. My problem with this is, I've had older people here in town call me. I'm not the mayor no more, but they call me, want to know if I'd speak on this. I said, what's that? We go to bed early we don't stay up till 11, 12 o'clock every night, you know, and I just wish that the city council would maybe sit down, cut this down to 2 days, like Friday and Saturday. 4th of July is on Saturday. Do Friday and Saturday. We don't need 4 days of that. I have animals, you know, they go nuts. And that's gonna happen. I just hate to see 4 days of it, you know, so, you know, I just hope that you all will, you know, like I said, the fireworks deal's fine, sell them, I don't care, you know, but please, think about this deal, if you've got any dogs or cats or anything running outside, they're gonna be hiding someplace, I can guarantee you. So, if you would, just please think about it, make your own decision, thank you.
Thank you. Also had another request from Julie David to talk about fireworks proposal and property and some cat situation. Julie, let me say this before you start. Please don't name names or property address, correct? Is that what we gotta, okay. So, because you can take that to Chief Mayhem on names.
I already have.
Okay, perfect. So, you may go.
First, I would like to thank you all for allowing me to speak today. There are 2 issues I wish to discuss. First, being the cats. Today, I have personally removed 42 cats connected to the property in question. The property owner continues to collect them. These cats have repeatedly caused damage to my property. They have urinated in my detached garage, inside my car while I was unloading groceries, all over my front porch, and outdoor belongings. For the past 4 years in a row, they have destroyed my garden by digging up green beans, peppers, tomato plants, cucumber plants, and just this week, they dug up my strawberry plants. Currently, there are 3 to 4 broken down vehicles that have not been moved in over a year in front of the house, on the side, and behind the property. There are also 6 lawnmowers broken down in front of the property and on the side of the property. I am asking for action to be taken concerning the property because the cats continue to be a serious issue. I have forwarded pictures of the property to Eric.
I've got those and I'll show those to you.
I'm not sure that all the emails went through, so I might up
I
to
have
part
a-
3.
I have a 12 picture packet.
Okay, there's more, but I can get your pictures. Calling this property unsanitary would be an understatement. Since the last time the property owner was cited, there have been a large number of snakes coming from the property because piles of hoarding have been moved. A few months back, specifically August 26th, I forwarded Eric an email asking him to forward it to Jeff regarding the cats and the property owner. I never received a response explaining why they believed it was appropriate to cast approval votes for this person to be on planning and zoning. That is why I'm here tonight in person. The second issue is concerning the proposed fireworks ordinance. Celebrating the 4th of July is very important, but extending fireworks until midnight for 4 consecutive nights places an unreasonable burden on residents, public safety personnel, pets, and veterans. Reasonable limits still allow celebration while respecting the broader community. One of the went away. One of the most important concerns is the impact on those dealing with trauma-related conditions. The repeated explosives can cause extremely difficult, repeated explosions can be extremely difficult for veterans as well as individuals with PTSD, autism, and sensory issues. Deep concussive sounds from high-powered fireworks can trigger serious stress responses. There also are significant noise and sleep disruption concerns. Fireworks already go on for an extended period of time around the 4th of July. Last year, they went on for 3 weeks. Families with young children, shift workers, elderly residents, and those of us who work early in the mornings needs consistent sleep. Many people in the community that have lived here continuously already know that fireworks regularly continue past current ordinance timeframes. Extending the legal hours until midnight for 4 straight nights is simply not reasonable. Fireworks already cause animals to panic, escape, and injure themselves. During the 4th of July, when fireworks are going off, I have to give my dog 2 trazodones and 100 milligrams of Benadryl each night. And that went on for 3 weeks last year. So another major area of concern is fire risk and emergency strain. Walnut Grove's risk is higher than 69% of other communities in the U.S. for wildfires. Extending fireworks for additional days only increases the likelihood of fires, injury, and property damage. Many of us remember the large fire that happened in the summer that spread to multiple properties that required multiple fire agencies to respond during a burn ban. Walnut Grove frequently experiences drought conditions during the summer, making these risks even greater. Extending firework activity increases pressure on firefighters, law enforcement, and emergency responders and emergency rooms. There is also enforcement concerns. Longer permitted hours make it harder for law enforcement to distinguish between legal and illegal firework use and more difficult to respond to complaints. Additional staffing, emergency response, and cleanup create economic costs for the property owner, city, and county when fires are caused. There needs to be a balance between celebrating the holidays and protecting the residents' rights to peace, safety, and quality of life. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Previous business, a bill regarding the sale of fireworks in the city limits and regarding the times of permissible discharge of fireworks within the city limits. And I will say that can be edited or whatever we need amended or whatever we need to do on that. So let's open it up for discussion.
Well, I agree that the 3rd and the 4th would be fine. Those extra days, it's, a lot of people are shooting off fireworks all the time, and I do know that where I live, the, people that are outside the city limits, you can still hear their fireworks. So it's hard to tell where they're coming from.
Yeah, I'm on the edge of town up here and it's the same, you run into
The
who's in the
noise is
city,
there.
who's in the city and who's not.
Right.
That's for sure, so.
Is
yeah.
there a current ordinance in place?
The-
regarding fireworks?
Yes.
The current ordinance in place is the entire day of July 4th, meaning that people can start at 12:01 a.m. on the July 3rd, 4th window and go all the way to 11:59 on the 4th, 5th window.
If we were to update our policy and put a new ordinance into place, would there be staffing to enforce it? Would you guys be on duty to enforce that? If somebody made a call, 11 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the mornings and our neighbors were still shooting off fireworks?
It just depends, there's only 3 of us. We gotta cover what we can cover, I mean, we can make changes, we can cover as much as we can.
Cause it really doesn't do any good to put anything into place if there's nobody to enforce it, is the big issue. And I don't think, if there's only 3 of them and they typically don't work that late, who's gonna be here? Greene County's not coming. So it's
Well-
nice to have something in writing, but ultimately, if it's not gonna be enforced. I think that's a big part of it.
Yes.
Cody, go ahead.
I mean, if it's legal certain times, then the people that are actually following the rules might buy more, you know what I mean? Like, I see what you're saying, but, like, if you got it, they're gonna either be able to enforce it or not enforce it one way or the other, so I don't see why. And I have horses, and I'm out of town, so people shoot them off all the time, so I wanna say that too. I understand.
Cause there is no ordinance in Greene County.
Right, and I'm in Fulton County, and I can assure you there's nothing.
Yeah, there's no, correct, Eric, there's no ordinance.
So-
No,
Yeah, I-
365, it's good to go.
Yeah, they,
Pick a random day in, May and shoot them off in Greene
Right.
County.
Yeah.
You know,
I just wanted everybody to know, like, I get the struggle as far as that part's concerned, and I don't, midnight for me is late, like, I mean, I would think 9 or 10 o'clock would be, maybe not on the 4th, you know what I mean? People are gonna be, even then, by 10 o'clock, I'm ready to go to bed, but it gets expensive to shoot them much longer than an hour, I think. But I was just throwing that out there.
I think that most of the community has expressed that they think 4 days is too long. So I think if we're trying to represent their overall viewpoint, we should probably turn
I
that down.
can't hear you.
I think most people have expressed a concern with it being too long of a period, so if we really wanna represent what our community wants that's here speaking up on it,
Yeah.
then I think, shorten the time down to 2 days would be fine.
To the 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, I think the 3rd and 4th would be sufficient, I mean, pre-party as opposed to post-party.
Yeah, that's a Friday and Saturday this year, correct? So next year will be a Saturday, Sunday. So-
Well, right, I
And the year after
mean,
that'd be a Sunday, Monday.
but
Yeah.
if we just do the 2 days and everybody knows
Yeah.
that.
No, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, cause then eventually we'll get into the middle of the week thing.
Certain years, people are gonna be celebrating on the
Well,
weekend.
then you have to have a talk with your neighbors.
Yeah, and I mean, and then do we look at a resolution for certain years to allow it to happen, a day on the weekend before and a day on the weekend after?
Can that be put in here, added somehow?
That would be very ambiguous for an ordinance.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I mean, we can do
It's
resolutions.
a lovely thought, but for an ordinance,
Next 3 years, we're not
then
worried
Then
about
it can be converted, or, interpreted
Yeah.
6 different
I mean,
ways.
Yeah.
we could do it the same way as we do some things in the personnel manual. If the holiday falls on, a weekday, then the nearest weekend could also be utilized for fireworks discharge. If
What
you
about
wanted.
the fire, I'm with the young lady, that's my big concern, is personally,
So-
is the fire. Is there some way that we could write it in that if we are at certain level of drought conditions,
Well,
that you cannot fire them off?
well, in the past, it's, Greene County will say, there's a fire alert, no fireworks at all.
We could always reiterate that. for
And,
the
yeah, and we
city.
can just back them up, but.
Yeah, I mean, we can pass at the last moment, if we're like, hey, it's, we got fire issues or it's really dry. I mean, Dwayne's really good about keeping up with that, the
Yes.
fire chief and everything, and we can always put a ban on it, or we can always set that, as a council or whatever with that, if
Well,
we're
I
getting
know
close to the
that,
time.
the church up here does fireworks, and they've had several years where they've canceled because of the drought
Yeah.
and potential fire.
I would feel better if we had something in there, to kind of control it during drought. And obviously, I'm too old, I don't mess with fireworks, so it doesn't really affect me, except I also have to tranquilize my dog, but I'm willing to do that. But just since the last meeting, I get out and walk a lot in the evening, and if I see people, I stop and talk to them. And I've not had one person against it, which really surprised me.
Mhm.
But of the people I've talked, they're all, yeah, we don't see a problem with that. And I was expecting just the opposite.
And we did have at City Hall, I believe, 3 or 4 people call in with the same concerns that Ms. David expressed tonight. And we
I
did have a
always-
couple of say, I don't care at all because it happens anyway.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
have the fire concern, just because
Yeah,
I
the fire
jump on that
concern.
truck and go with them, and
Yeah.
it's not fun to deal with. And I don't mess with fireworks because I've seen too many hands
Yeah.
in not good shape or body parts.
So
Yes,
is
Jim?
it,
So, at,
The fireworks is good. I'm glad to have the businesses, you know, you can sell them 365 days a year if you all, want to do it. Anyway, the moral of the story is, I'm not against the fireworks, but, so I just wanted everybody.
I don't think anybody is against the fireworks sale.
No.
I think it's just how we're shooting it off in the city. I agree,
Yeah.
100%.
so
Yeah.
would we, because this is a second read, do we need to, table this until next month so that we can
I
get?
think it has a sense of
this
urgency.
read?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can't, because, the person who's wanting to put in the fireworks, they gotta start buying.
Oh,
so
okay, so,
if we struck the revision to B
Yes.
tonight and discussed it over the course of the next month and brought it back before July 4th, that would open the business portion of it up to operate from June 20th to when we make the decision on, what is that, June 21st?
Well, that's cutting it pretty close on a business, so.
Yeah.
well,
Well, what Eric's saying is that we strike B from the ordinance,
from
correct?
this ordinance
this
right
ordinance.
now,
Oh, okay.
and then revisit
We allow
this
the
portion.
business license part of it to start, to sell, so that he can be prepared for that. And then we come back on June 21st.
Is that the Thursday or is it the 18th?
I can tell you in a second.
Because I confused it with my birthday, sorry.
It's the 18th, yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, we can come back on the 18th. Plus, at that point, we'll know too, what kind of drought conditions we're in
Right.
over the next month. We can continue to figure out what people are wanting,
Are those technically called red flag warnings?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we could insert red flag warning language into,
Yes.
Right, so and then we could pass the ordinance for B and add a D for the red flag.
And what about, you wanna leave it for all 4 days, or do you
No,
wanna?
We're just
go
gonna
back
strike
to-
that completely. And
Well, yeah, but when we come back to it,
I think we're gonna rewrite that for probably 2.
Yeah, I'm
Two
fine.
I
days.
think that's what everybody
Yeah,
else is
I
kind of.
think it's good for just the 2 days.
So can we not amend that tonight and vote on it?
so you can vote on it as presented. You can vote an amendment to strike B and then vote on it as amended. Or,
Okay, so do we need to make the motion to remove section B of the ordinance 210.205?
correct.
And when that passes, then we can do another motion to accept the ordinance revising this, the sale and use.
Except the ordinance is revised? Or,
Yeah, we can accept the ordinance as revised for the sale of fireworks, and
So strike B and C both.
yeah.
Because C is referring to B.
yeah.
Right
And
here, Amanda, if you want to see it.
also make,
Okay, I have, no, I
Can
have-
you, did you see it, can you,
I saw the digital packet that Eric had sent me.
oh, okay.
I saw it in there.
So, if I make a motion regarding bill number 260401, ordinance regarding ordinance number 210.205 to remove sections B, capital B and capital C from the ordinance, revising the sale and use of fireworks. Don't make me say this again, people.
So we're not amending B and C, we're just striking them.
We're striking them.
So there's a motion to strike B and C. Is there a second?
I will second that.
This will be a roll call vote.
Alderman Strong.
Yeah.
Alderman Eiler.
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
Alderman Schofield.
Yes. And then next month, we can, by then, we should be able to have B reworded, add V for the red
Put C
flag
back on and B
and,
back in.
and have C.
Yep.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
Anything else we need to do with that? Do we need to do a second reading of the amended?
You can do the second reading of the amended at this
Okay.
point.
Okay. Can I just say, I make a motion to do what we just said? No.
No. Good try.
This would be a second reading of bill number 260401 pertaining to ordinance number 210.205 to remove, no, regarding the ordinance of, to revise the ordinance removing section capital B and capital C.
So that amendment was put into place with the last motion to remove B and
I said I
C.
had to do a second read.
Oh, a second
Yeah, do
reading
we
to
have do a s-
amend.
Do we have to do a second read to amend it?
You have to do the second read to approve the ordinance as amended.
Okay, so second read is.
Okay, never mind. Okay, so I make a motion that we accept the ordinance as amended, bill number 260401, ordinance number 210.205, regarding the sale and use of fireworks.
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Alderman Eiler.
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
Alderman Strong.
Yes.
Alderman Schofield.
Yes.
So we have passed the lawful sale of fireworks from June 20th to July 5th.
Yes, but we've done a first and a second
Yep.
on the amendment. Do we have to do a second now on the?
That was
That
a
was the
second
second.
reading.
Okay.
The
Yep.
first reading
So-
occurred last month.
Oh, good.
All right, new business, discussion of using consent agenda format for future meetings.
Don't we kinda do that?
Yes and no.
Well, I mean, for the first part of the meeting on the consent agenda, it basically, unless there's an issue with the finances or the minutes, there we go. But we all, approve the agenda, that should be on the consent, the minutes, the financial report, and the communications, those are, well, that's not a voting issue. But the first three things are all, I would consider them on the consent agenda.
And so using the consent, sorry.
No, go ahead, yeah, go ahead.
So using a consent agenda for those items that you mentioned would make it more in the gear of approving the agenda or approving the minutes. You would walk through, approve the agenda, approve the minutes, approve the consent agenda, because you're all familiar with everything that's in the consent agenda, like those things that you mentioned. And so
So-
that would walk you straight on into alderman and mayor's reports for the community and previous business. So that
Okay,
would take out.
So you would like, that would entail, we'd have one motion to approve the agenda of the meetings. Is that what you're saying? Just one motion?
So basically what he's saying is where we have we would have a call to order, the prayer, the pledge, the roll call, the approval of the agenda, the approval of previous minutes,
And
approval of financial report.
Yeah.
Correct.
Approval of financial report, I still kind of want those.
And then reports and communications would go just straight to alderman and mayor, because we have already seen the reports from the city clerk, the court, the police department, the public works, all of those things. So instead of those being read publicly, which they will be published on our website, instead of them being read publicly, we have already seen them, so we can just move on.
Okay.
And they will be published, so
Yes.
Yes.
anybody could look.
Yep, yep,
Great.
we're gonna be, I'll talk about the website here in a little bit, but yeah, we're gonna revamp that.
Great.
And they'll be on there, the packet basically will be on there for them to be able to see.
Amazing.
Okay, so we don't need a motion for that because that's procedural information.
This was more to have that conversation, so that way, when mayor puts consent agenda on his agenda, you guys will recognize that and see where he's
Yes.
kind of headed with that.
Whereas it's more of a bookkeeping,
Yeah,
it's not an ordinance, it's
Right.
not anything else.
yeah, it's just
other
how we're
than,
gonna run.
Let's do that.
Yes,
And that keeps them from having to come to these meetings and say all that, right?
Right.
Great, good for
right,
them.
yeah, so, which will make Joe happy.
Save
So-
some time,
Yeah, so.
making room
Well,
for
he
other
reads
things.
pretty fast
He
now.
does. Been pretty impressed with him. Bill to permit the Walnut Grove Police Department to enter into agreement with Immigration and Customs Enforcement based on the terms of 287G, first reading. So that should be in your packet. So we kind of did things backwards, which we found out when we went to the law thing that David and I went to, that when our police department enters into an agreement with federal law enforcement with this, that we have to pass an ordinance first. And then they sign it, and then we move with that. So, so that we kind of did it backwards, so we need to fix that issue, so that we don't go backwards again.
And what's the ordinance number for this one, Barry?
When I read through that in the packet, I was reading the information about it, and it said that it lasted for an undisclosed amount of time, until either party decides to terminate the contract.
Yep,
I just wanna make sure that's.
yep,
And you could decide at any time that you wanted to step away.
Anytime.
yeah, yeah. And a lot of that is, it's for us to be able to get some grants and some different things, and I mean, it's just, we cannot be considered a blue,
Blue Shield's
Yeah.
completely different from this one.
What, is it
This one-
completely different?
yeah,
Okay.
This one is specifically for immigration.
okay, so.
But just for signing up, our officers get, I think, $7,500 a piece for equipment, or
Yeah.
something like that.
So there's some grant money out there for us to be able to utilize, so, with that. We'll do the first reading this month, and if it goes to the first reading, we can do it the second one next month.
Eric, do you have an ordinance?
And the bill number is 260501. The ordinance number will be filled in when I can figure out where it would slot into the code book.
What'd you say, 2-6?
No,
two
it's-
s-
Yeah, 260501.
We've got it as a bill right now. When it passes as ordinance, I will work with the codification company, and they will slot it in as appropriate into the code.
Okay, so I make a motion to accept bill number 260501, an ordinance approving immigration and customs enforcement agreement with the police department of Walnut Grove, Missouri, and authorizing the chief of police to execute all necessary documents on behalf of the city of Walnut Grove, Missouri, to accept the memorandum of understanding.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, sorry, I'm texting my wife to let her know Matthew's game got canceled, to keep him at home.
Alderman Strong,
Yes.
Alderman Eiler,
Yes.
Alderman Smith,
Yes.
Alderman Schofield.
Yes,
All right.
and you wanna do the second reading next time?
Yes.
Oh, that's how we've got it.
Okay.
Resolution to enter into agreement with GovCard Services for credit card processing.
Okay. And so you have in your packet the, looks like next 4 sheets, including the resolution. So Transax was our credit card processor, and that sunsetted, that was supposed to sunset on March 31st. And a lot of this we're talking about is online payments. And so that actually ended up effectively sunsetting March 9th because they just pulled the plug. And they're like, we don't care. And so we had to scramble a little bit to try to find something that was workable with our bank's company that they use to do credit card processing, who had Transacts as our portal. And so after working with them, none of the solutions were really satisfactory. We have what's called authorized.net right now as a temporary measure. We can take water payments with that, and it doesn't really align so well with our website. Our website actually now has what's technically a donation form in order to, right, so people, yeah, I mean,
Oh, good, I can only. I can
and
give
it doesn't
you
add
$10.
it doesn't add the $2 fee. It doesn't really do anything, and it's pretty labyrinth to get through, and people have expressed frustration with this. I'm among them. It's not great, but it was a band-aid measure. And so working through this, I kind of revisited the idea we had about a year ago. So the company is GovCard. They work with municipalities as their bread and butter. That's what they do. And so you've got it in your packets that you can do online bill pay. It'll accept ACH payments, so it can be an automatic debit if we choose to go that direction. It's easy to use, and the nice part is the fourth page here. The pricing of it is actually very competitive. It's of no real cost to the city. There is a one-time setup fee of $199. We wouldn't need the USB card readers or terminals here. We always log it in through computer anyway. And so the service fees, these would be customer service fees. And so instead of the $2 that we just automatically charge now, it would be Visa, MasterCard, Discover. Under $60 would be $1.75. So some of our citizens that are on basically minimum payments, the 1,000 gallons a month or less, or I think probably up to about 2,250 gallons or less. So these are a lot of people that we see on fixed incomes, and it's not much, but it saves them a quarter. And so anything over $60 would be at 3%. So it would be a little bit more pricey the more water you use. All American Express, which who in here has one?
I was gonna say, usually people, most
No
places
kidding.
don't take it.
What's it?
Just oddly curious, don't really care.
You're good.
So you
It'd be $1.75 plus 3% for that function, and all e-checks, all automatic debits would be at that strict rate of $1.75 no matter how much. So if you are one of our water customers that's paying over $60 a month, you could do it by e-check, and it would still save you that little quarter.
Mhm.
And it would kind of correct a problem that we've been seeing, is that we pay out more than we collect in for credit card processing at this point. This, I don't want to say it puts the burden on the customer, because the customer is already responding with the burden with the $2. But it kind of makes it just between them and the credit card processor, and leaves the city essentially out of it. And that way we get to offer a better service, because if I had to guess, at least one time, probably about 40 to 50 accounts have asked, and it's usually it's set up, is there any way you can just take this out of my paycheck, just take this out of my bank account each month so I don't have to, and so people really do seem to seek that out.
Is there a fee for that?
That e-check fee would be $1.75
Yeah,
on the
so
customer.
You could, if your bill was over $60, it's still just $1.75.
What percentage of our water customers do you see that pay online?
Probably about 2/3. I mean,
That's a pretty good amount.
So yeah, I'd say probably right around 200 that do some form of credit card payment, whether they stop in or whether they pay online, versus the check or the cash, which is, and that's the way my mind can separate it, because I'm not real sure who pays credit card online versus who pays credit card in person.
think that's fine.
And I will say that, since we're talking about water stuff, our water software is going to change.
It depends on which water software you're talking about. I think the one you're talking about is our water reading software. And so the reading software is done by Mueller with
Okay.
the meters,
Okay.
and Brandy imports that information into our billing software. So this is all going to be, GovCard is going to dovetail with a billing software that we have.
Perfect.
Hopefully it dovetails with Waterworks. I asked that back in the past. I can't remember the answer because it's been a little while back, but we may have to explore a different billing software. I'm not anticipating that, but
And we are gonna look at and talk about, something we'll talk about as a board is maybe going to electronic billing to save postage and, offering, like if you get your bill in your email as opposed to in the post office, offering something, with that, discount.
Okay, but you still have a lot of people that want the
Yeah,
paper. I don't have to be one of them.
Yeah, I'm just saying that
Still,
we're gonna look at that possibility to try to save some revenue instead of spending $1 a stamp. What are they up to? What are they up to now?
78 cents.
Okay, close enough, $1 a stamp.
Yeah. Well, we can say.
Support
you
the
charge
postal
him $1 a
service.
stamp.
Support the postal service.
So, anyway, alright,
78 cents, it's gonna go up to 82 cents in July.
like I said, $1 a stamp. So, alright, any
What
action
day
on
in
this
July?
resolution?
I'm not sure, I'd have to look.
Buy 'em before.
let me know. We'll run by with a check before that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, do it before the end of May.
Do we have any movement on this resolution?
Can I ask a question? Why do you charge somebody paying the bill on a debit card when it comes right out of the account? Why do you charge? I pay all my bills that way, nobody charges me anything,
Because
For using a credit card?
not a
No.
credit or debit card.
for using the debit card to pay, it's not the city that wants it, it's the company that they're dealing with. The company Transact, which is the company that they use the online payment, they're the ones who want the $2.
Well, how come all the people I pay to, nobody gets to
Well,
me?
some of them, like gas and electric, no, they don't charge, but a lot of other places do charge if you wanna pay online.
I haven't
Spire
paid
does,
for
Spire
anything.
charges.
A lot of government agencies do. Green County charges. I know at their records department I end up.
Well, even when I pay my tax stuff, I do it without writing a check.
Well,
They don't charge.
Every transaction,
No,
they
if-
charge
2 or 3%.
2.7.
Every time you
Small
swipe a
business.
card, you're charged,
That's
they're
why they
charging
do the
2 or
offset.
3% to the business where you swipe that card.
Yeah.
So if I
They
go to
charge
the
the
Dollar
business.
General and I charge $5 on my card, they're taking 20 cents or something like that. So the city is saying, I'm gonna charge you that 20 cents so that I'm not losing money when you use your debit card to pay.
But we do actually lose some money in that transaction for the $2 because our credit card processor does charge us, I believe, something like 2.75, between that and 3.25%. I can't remember what the new ones are. But you'll see that a lot of times at gas stations, for example, they'll have a minimum charge requirement.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
like Maverick, the Maverick gas stations, you can pay $4.05 if you use cash, and they mean the actual green cash, or you can pay $2.25 to use your debit card.
So just figure in what you use it for.
Yeah.
Right, you're still paying.
But that ain't like paying your electric bill, like, my electric bill is $14.02 a month. That's my electric bill, I got solar.
Right, but they're absorbing.
They don't charge me to.
They're
to do that
absorbing
on
the
phone.
fee,
Yeah.
they're not passing it to you.
They absorb that fee,
Your electric company is paying the fee, they're just not passing it on to you.
Right.
so, and we're losing, on that fee, whatever, I mean, we're trying to regain some of that, but,
I
yeah,
was just curious,
yep, that's what it
because
is,
I've never had to pay it.
yeah.
If it's figured into what I'm paying, but
Do we have to
that's
make a
different.
motion to approve that?
Yep.
Right, well, I'll make a motion to approve the government, I'm sorry, what was it called?
GovCard.
GovCard.
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Alderman Schofield.
Yes.
Alderman Strong.
Yes.
Alderman Eiler.
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
Discussion of park bathroom, roof, wiring repair, and usage. So we, got the roof replaced on, the old fire station. And I had a citizen come and ask me about the bathroom roof at the park. It is the only roof there that is not metal roof. It is kind of in some disrepair, especially on the south side of that roof, just because of the south winds and all those fun things with that. So we talked to the roofing guy who did that. He said he can do the bathroom at the park and redo the, I want to say subfloor, but it's not subfloor because it's on a roof. The decking, there we go, that's what I'm looking for. I did bids on subfloor all day today, and so that's why. Decking on the roof, and put metal on it for $2,200.
Now, will he replace a couple of those rafters that's right?
If they need to be, yeah. So, and if, yeah. I'll
Okay,
make
so
sure.
22 is all inclusive?
That's all inclusive.
Is that the only thing that needs to be repaired on those bathrooms?
There is some wiring that needs to be repaired. We need to contact our electrician to get a bid on that because, yeah, it's not.
Is it not up to code, or it's just not in the best shape?
Yes.
Both.
I'll say yes on that to both.
Ooh.
So yeah, we need to get a hold of them to come out and kind of give us a bid on rewiring that facility with that. And then just so kind of everybody's aware, because I've had some people ask me around the city, when is the bathrooms open? And it's basically when there's an event going on there, because
Right.
we have had issues in the past
But we've had horrible vandals.
of children deciding that they want to be
Let's-
children.
Let's see how much we can flush.
Yes, children wanting to be children and doing those things, so, yeah, I mean, we have some money in the park fund to do these things. So it would be my recommendation that we look at doing these things that need to be done to the
The quicker
bathrooms.
we do it, the less damage there's gonna be, for this point now, it's going downhill.
Yeah.
My 2 cents.
Right, and isn't this, well, I have the purchasing ordinance right here. But
Yes.
we also have a different one in place, and because it's 2,200. What was it the mayor is allowed to do?
Mayor can clear on his own signature up to 2,000. Mayor and mayor pro tem together can approve purchases up to 3,500.
So we could.
And then
we
the
could
full
approve it.
board is required for purchases over
So
3,500.
you and I could approve that.
Yes.
However,
I'll let them know.
however,
But
I want the board to be in
Yes, I
control
realize
of that
that,
and
but-
not be the one who says, hey, we're gonna spend this money.
No, I realize that.
Yeah.
And that the board has to agree. I just didn't want, 2,200, I didn't want this job to have to go out to bid and.
Right, yeah,
you know,
no.
By the end of September, we can get the roof fixed.
Right, exactly. No, it doesn't have to go out to bid, so.
Public bid is required for things of 10,000 or more by current ordinance.
Okay.
He say when he could complete that task with the farmer's market and everything, it'd be great to have it done sooner.
I will contact him once we know what we wanna do and tell him it's an ASAP type thing, and hopefully he'll get out here in the next couple weeks. I mean, there are a few roofs in Springfield that I'm sure he's dealing with right now,
More than a
so.
few.
Fair enough,
Yeah.
so, but yeah.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the $2,200 roof.
Second.
Roll call.
Alderman Eiler,
Yes.
Alderman Strong,
Yes.
Alderman Schofield,
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
All right. Discussion of social media and website. I kind of talked about the social media aspect of things earlier in the mayor's report. We are currently working through our website to update that, to get it where it needs to be, with that. One of the things is I do believe you are recording tonight's meeting right now to go straight to our YouTube page, and which will be then shared on Facebook. We will start recording those and sharing those as the city with that, and everything. So that'll be available via our website as well. With that, they'll be able to click on that and get videos and everything. So hello to everybody in the digital world. So we are in the process of working through some of that. We're in the process of trying to digitalize what we can. That way we're not killing trees and doing that. And so, do you have anything else you want to add to that, Eric, on social media and website stuff? It was more just informational purpose, wasn't it, on there?
Yeah, I think so. Our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, which we're excited about, website updates, and
So do we have an actual website, not just you?
we do have an actual website. It is walnutgrovecity.com.
Walnut Grove City?
Yes.
And we will be doing a lot of updates on that in the next month or so, for sure.
I didn't know we had one. I knew we had that Facebook pages, but
Yeah.
I didn't know we had an actual website.
Yep. So I'm gonna be seeking out some citizens to give me some history type things, so we can add some history to it. We'll have some not Facebook, we'll have link to the school as well on there. So if somebody's wanting to move to Walnut Grove, and they can go, oh, here's the city website. Now I can look at the school and
I
all
did
those
look at
things.
something on the YouTube this afternoon, and do you realize that there's another Walnut Grove?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
No, but it says Walnut Grove, Missouri, and I don't know what town
Who
that
owns
is
that?
or where it is, but it's not us.
Yeah, well, there'll be some other ones on there, I'm sure.
Minnesota, Alabama, and California are our most common ones.
Yeah.
Right, but
Oh.
this says Walnut Grove, Mo. And we don't have 4-lane highways and,
That would be cool.
and traffic lights.
Wonder if it's just AI generated and they.
I don't know what it is.
We have a traffic light. It flashes.
That's not a traffic light. Even I-
So, I know, still people stop at it all the time.
I know,
I
somebody
know,
stopped
it's
the other
always,
day.
I like it when the big trucks will stop and sit there.
I'm trying to look that up.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
There's ours.
I hope it's nobody local.
There's an Exploring Walnut Grove, Missouri. I mean, there's a few other Walnut Grove stuff on there, mainly house things and different things, so, but, all right, bill to make permanent the municipal court date and time as, trialed for the first half of 2026, first reading. I will say that I attended court, not because I had a ticket, but because I wanted to see how it was run the other day. And it's very effective, and they do a really good job. And they said that the evening ones, I talked to both the judge and the attorney, and the evening ones tend to be better for them in getting people here. So it was a full house. I mean, we almost had to get more chairs, didn't we, Joe?
Yep.
So, yeah, exactly, isn't it?
So you want the ordinance?
The bill number, yep.
Okay. I make a motion that we accept bill number 260503, an ordinance of the city of Walnut Grove for the time and date of municipal court sessions.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Alderman Strong,
Yes.
Alderman Eiler,
Yes.
Alderman Smith,
Yes.
Alderman Schofield.
Yes.
Did anybody else sign up for citizen remarks on anything?
We have none currently.
Okay, perfect. Julie, thank you for coming. I would like to meet with you at some time I tried to write as fast as I could. Could you by any chance email that to Eric? That would help me, because I chicken scratched as fast as I could, but would love to meet with you. One of the things that we were told is if we go into closed session, we have to give you a place to go to, so when we go back to open session, if you want to come back in, you can.
We do have some chairs provided in the hallway.
Yep.
Which is where I would recommend.
It's about all we got right now, and so we just learned that last week, so, you know, we're just trying to figure things out as we go, so.
Usually right about now, people are like, okay, I've had enough.
I know, exactly.
you know.
So, I'll need a motion to, go into closed session.
I make a motion that we close the open session and go into executive session.
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Alderman Strong,
Yes.
Alderman Smith,
Yes.
Alderman Eiler,
Yes.
Alderman Schofield.
Yes.
Thank you guys very much for coming. Have a great